Father guilty of helping plan acid attack on his 3-year-old son, jailed for 16 years.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Is there a video of this?
Maybe.
I don't want to watch.
Yeah,
some
I don't
kid get hit in
really.
the
I don't
face
really
with
want to see
acid.
it. A father convicted of planning an acid.
I think it's a news story.
Well, whatever.
I don't think they're going to show the kid getting hit with acid.
Well, it looks like they are here, so whatever. I ain't doing it. A father convicted of planning.
Wait.
What?
You.
Yeah.
This is what your moral outrage. This is the line, TJ, of TJ's moral outrage where it begins.
Just don't. I mean, you don't need to worry about where my moral outrage line is.
There's so many times you're like, I don't give a fuck. Let's see it. Let's watch it. I'm like, is there a news thing here? You're like, no. Oh heavens, no. Oh no. I must point out your hypocrisy, TJ.
No one gives a shit about my hypocrisy. Can we talk about the fucking story? A father convicted of planning an acid attack on his 3-year-old son has been jailed for 16 years. The man and 5 others were found guilty of conspiring to throw sulphuric acid with the intent to burn, maim, or disfigure in the attack in July 2018. The father, 40, cannot be named to protect the identity of his child. His 5 accomplices were jailed between 12 and 14 years at Worcester or whatever the fuck, Crown Court. Judge Robert Jukes, QC. I don't know what the QC is probably supposed to be pronounced some way. I don't know what it is. Sentencing told them they had carried out a monstrous crime with an obviously strong acid that was probably from a car battery. So, like, not only was this father involved in an acid attack against his 3-year-old son, but he got, like, a bunch of accomplices together to do it as well. Like 6 people sitting around plotting this acid attack against this kid. So do you want to take a guess as to what the motivation was here?
To get back at his mother, who was a bitch.
Kind of. Prosecutors argue the attack happened during a custody battle for the child with the boy's mother, and said the defendant hoped the attack would show she was unfit to look after him.
So, okay. Got it.
So he was basically trying to
horribly disfigure his child so that he could get custody.
I'm going to acid attack the kid with my 5 accomplices while he's in her custody.
Yeah.
Thus making it appear as if she's a bad custodian so that I get custody.
So we know he went to jail, but the real question is, did she end up getting custody?
No, I think actually he's getting custody.
Wow.
They're gonna let him. She took one look at the acid-soaked kid, and she's like, I don't even want this anymore.
I was gonna use gasoline and just burn the little bastard.
This guy's fucking retarded. Why don't you just fucking plant drugs on his fucking wife or something, or ex-wife or whatever? Like, why does he need to fucking throw acid on a kid?
Why didn't he just have her murked? I mean, if he's willing to go so far as to maim his own child...
Yeah, true.
Why didn't he just hire some fucking street thug to murk his wife?
Yeah, I mean, he was able to find 5 accomplices, so, like, why didn't you just have one of them go...
Make it look like a robbery, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a really weird story. I'm going to assume that they're Muslims, even though it never explicitly says it.
Why?
Because Muslims love acid attacks.
At first, I was like, they gave the kid acid, and I'm like, oh, they threw acid on him. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Oh.
I mean, one would be bad, but Jesus Christ, fucking throwing fucking sulfuric acid on somebody? It's like, I don't know what kind of acid they use, but
he said it was from a car battery.
Yeah, well, they
so
said
whatever's in a car battery.
They said it was most likely from a car battery,
Wow,
but the judge didn't know.
What the fuck, dude? Like, I'm surprised this happened in the UK, so for once it wasn't America that did some retarded shit.
Oh, it probably will be. Now, this is a story, maybe you guys can help me understand this, because I don't even know if I really understand what I'm reading here.
All right.
Pentagon awards Lockheed Martin nearly $1 billion for Saudi missile system deal.
Mm-hmm.
The Pentagon awarded Lockheed Martin $946 million on behalf of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the defense giant's THAAD missile defense system.
Well, probably they have to sell it. Like, it's probably just a deal where, like, the U.S. has to be the one to give them the technology. So they're giving the U.S., in this case, the defense contractor, Lockheed Martin, the money to develop it here, and then it's going to be sent there. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, it says the Pentagon awarded Lockheed Martin $946 million on behalf of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the defense giant's THAAD missile defense system, the Defense Department announced Monday.
Yeah, so it's not like the U.S. is just the middleman for them to buy the shit.
But why does it say the Pentagon awarded Lockheed Martin $946 million?
It's probably how they have to sell it to them. They probably can't sell that to them directly, but there probably is a law or
but
something.
is that American tax dollars?
Yes, if it came from the
That's
Pentagon.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
defense budget money.
So we're buying Saudi Arabia a missile defense system for
Yes.
$100 million.
Yeah,
Probably in
$946
exchange
million,
for
like basically $1 billion.
in exchange for continued oil concessions
and the influence, yeah.
and influence.
Yeah, so the multi-million-dollar
Regional influence.
award is the first installment of what is expected to be a $15 billion deal. So it's just
Okay,
the
so
first.
this is just step one.
In November,
So we're okay. Go ahead.
CNBC learned that Saudi Arabia had signed a letter of offer and acceptance with the United States for Lockheed Martin's THAAD missile system, a significant step toward the $15 billion deal. Saudi officials, alongside their U.S. counterparts, signed the crucial government-to-government agreement November 26th, paving the way for a massive sale of 44 THAAD launchers, missiles, and related equipment. So this is a huge fucking deal.
Right.
$15 billion. So it sounds like we're basically giving them $15 billion in defense.
So I'm assuming that Saudi is coming up with some money for this, right? I mean,
I'm not
no.
sure, maybe.
Here's probably what's happening. So these missiles are going to have to be staffed at sites. So probably what the deal, I don't know. The deal might look something like this. We get more bases and we get more influence and more troops in your country to man these missile
Can
sites.
you click on the article the CNBC learned so we can maybe get some
we can get an idea of like what
So what was the deal?
was actually
it's
fucking
just-
just this
just-
again.
it's just the same.
It's the same.
It
fucking-
links
Whatever.
to itself.
What the fuck was it linked to itself? Maybe if we scroll down, it'll tell us a little bit more and we can figure out.
Yeah, it's really not very long. Blah blah blah.
This
blah.
basically explains why we're why we're doing it. The
Sale
sale
of the THAAD
yeah,
missile
okay, go ahead.
defense system benefits U.S. national security by supporting the long-term security of Saudi Arabia and the Gulf region in the face of growing ballistic missile threat from the. Okay, so this is just
So basically, it's us.
this
yeah.
is just us putting. We're basically trying to use Saudi Arabia as a pawn against Iran.
We're not trying to. We are.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an ongoing fucking
And they will-
proxy war,
and they'll happily agree because they hate those people.
and that's
so,
why we're
yeah.
funding it
Fuck
course.
this.
because
dude.
we've picked a side in the proxy
And
war.
it's also close to
and guess,
Russia.
And guess who's supporting Iran in this proxy war? Guess
it
who's
be-
funding missile sites and sending military technology to
China.
Iran?
I'll take Russia for 1,000.
China and Russia.
Oh
Russia
wow!
And China.
How'd you guys guess?